I had to do it on your end.
It's up, sir. It's broadcast.
It should be to Wab now.
Come on, can I see it's up?
Okay, no sweat. Most time, correct. All right. Okay, so today for sure, you know, is enough. Is a whole lot of things we could cover. All right, from that story with Ayesha Curry. You know what I mean? First off, you have Shem Shabbat Thumb and you have Shematan Basham Yahshai. All right. This is the UK class, scripture breakdown class. All right. We're gonna rock it out for sure because there's so much to learn from what's going on now amidst everything. You know what I mean? All the politics that's going on, they're still jamming up. What's her name? Theresa May for not securing the deal. They're still giving her some problems for not securing that deal. That whole thing with Ayesha Curry is on everybody's, lips now, right? You know, a ton of women is doing what? They're supporting her, right? I haven't heard much. I haven't heard much sisters or women on the whole, because this is a woman thing. This is not a black woman thing, right? That's what we're gonna go into tonight too. This is a woman thing. This is a female thing. This is not a black woman thing or Hispanic woman thing. This is a woman thing. And when I say woman thing, what do I mean?
Slacky, sir.
Go ahead.
Something that all women want, something that all women, you know, will be interested in.
Kinda, but no. A little bit more specific. Margo, you want to try?
It's like the feminine movement.
You want it. You want it. That's more in the direction of what I'm talking about. Anybody else?
It's something that will empower women. Women empowerment.
It's something that's going to empower women.
Or the white woman.
Or white women. So now that we're going into that dynamic, what is it when I say this is something, you know, woman? This is about women and not black women or Hispanic women. This is just women. Women, when I say women, we're talking about women of the world. You understand? This is something that women who in the world, they could understand this shit. They could feel it, they could understand it, they could identify with it. That's why we're gonna play the clip just now. The other broad there, Will Smith's wife, she came out and she said what? She said, yeah, I too struggled with that when I was young. And it's like, you know, so and so and so and so. But the person who really know, you miss it because you're not looking for any male attention. But the person who does know that other men are watching you is your husband. And she states in a real kind of condescending way, as if to say, your husband should be appreciative because you could find another one of him, or you could get another man, or there's other men lined up for you. You get the point? Like it's a worldly spirit. It's a woman in the world. And for a woman in the world, she ain't said nothing wrong. Ayesha Curry ain't said nothing wrong if you're a woman in the world. If you believe in divorce, if you believe in abortions, if you believe that you should try different men before you become quote unquote married. If you believe in a whole phase, I'm seeing that too. Like she didn't have no whole phase, which I couldn't understand it. Like women have a whole phase. Like what the hell is that? So there's a period of time you just want to be a whore. These are things of women in the world. The type of woman, and that's the absolute spirit behind everything she said. It's not a black woman thing. It's not a white woman thing. It's a woman thing. You get me? It's a total woman thing, and it's more proof of why the Bible has outlined how you should rule over your woman. That's the best way I could put it. How you should rule over your woman. Steph Curry is not ruling over that woman. Will Smith is not ruling over his woman. So any outlet they get, they can just go talk reckless and say whatever the hell they want. You get me?
Kind of one car, sir.
So we get that. All right. So we definitely gonna touch on that for sure, as that's the hot topic. If there's any other questions, make sure you type them in the chat. Type them on. We're on Facebook. We're also on the YouTube. You could type them in. Make sure and pay your tithes. All right. What was the other thing? The baby. What they saying about the baby now?
The whole country's crazy about the baby. A presenter made a joke about the baby, and he lost his job for it. That's how serious it's taken it. He made a racist comment about the baby. You know, baby being being a devil, but having some skin complexion, and he lost his job for it. You know what I mean? The whole country's crazy about this baby.
Listen, and he ain't lose his job because it was a racial comment. You know why he lost his job?
Come on, Kansa.
Why? Break it down.
It said something about so-called royalty, I guess.
That's it. He lost his slavery because he dared to say something about Prince Harry or Prince Henry or whoever else. You get the point? He dared to say something about that baby. You know what I mean? That's why he lost his job. If he said that baby had a big head, he would lose his job.
Cut him on card.
Yeah, you get the point? So we're gonna go into that. If you could pull that clip, for me as well, we'll go into that. All right.
Cut him on card. So which one first, sir?
No. If you could, do you have the clip with him saying it?
No, I got the article, sir.
Okay, it's an article. I would like to get the damn clip.
Let me see if I can get it.
And that's what I would like to get. I would like to get the clip with him saying it. You know what I mean? But if you can't get it, ain't no sweat. You know what I mean? It's no big deal. If you can't get it at the time, it's not a problem. All right.
Cut him on card. Still got it now.
Ain't no sweat. Okay, so let's first go into Hold on. All right. Okay. So, any questions from anybody, either you or Mago or anybody else?
No, sir.
Just monitor the chat too. Please, Karafi. All right.
Cut him on cancer.
Is any questions with? All right. Okay. So first, let's go into this thing with the presenter. I want that whole thing, because that's something, of course, Black people will try to make it a Black thing when it's not a Black thing. All right.
Cut him on cancer.
All right. Go ahead.
So you want the
with Meghan Markle and the boy there.
Cut him on cancer. Okay.
You have it? Is a video or a story?
It's a news story, sir.
Okay.
Because he tweeted it. That's the reason why, sir. It's not a video.
Okay. He tweeted it. Okay, no sweat. All right, go ahead.
Apologise for what you call stupid, unthinking gag.
Let's have our reporter who's covering this story, Heather Smith. Heather, welcome to you. What's the statement from Danny Baker and the BBC?
Yeah, things moving really quickly this morning. Danny Baker's in trouble over a tweet he sent yesterday regarding the birth of the new son of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Archie Harrison. And in that tweet, there was a historical picture, a black and white picture, of a very well-to-do looking couple holding the hand of a small chimpanzee dressed in a suit and a hat. People reacted really with outrage, saying this is a racist tweet and that the connotations were really shocking. I spoke to Danny Baker this morning. We knocked on his door. He didn't want to speak on camera, but we did have quite a long conversation. And in that, he really quite shocked, almost upset, I think I would describe it as He kept repeating Occam's razor to me, that's that theory that the simplest solution is often easier and more obvious than the more complicated one. His argument was that he just...
Correct. Stop that one. Bring him up to speed with what she's saying, because, of course, they're going to milk the whole story and not really get to the root of it. Bring him up to speed. What does the tweet he said? If you have a picture of it, you can pull it up. If not, read what he said and tell him about the whole thing with the monkey.
Color one, I believe it's here, sir. He tweeted a picture of the monkey saying the royal chimpanzee, but they're not showing the exact tweet.
Okay, yeah, you have to find that one out. He said the royal chimpanzee.
Color one, cancer. So congratulations to the royals and the new royal chimpanzee.
What's his name?
Danny Baker, sir.
Okay, Danny Baker. He's a famous BBC reporter, right?
Color one, cancer.
He has longevity with BBC, and he said, "Congratulations to the what?
The new royal chimpanzee."
He said, "Congratulations to the new royal chimpanzee," right? What this lends to is the deep-seated racism that exists in Britain, right, and exists in the UK. The UK is known for being unapologetically racist. All right, unapologetically racist. They have some of the most annoying white people on the face of the earth. I shit you not. I experienced it myself. It's a very tongue-in-cheek, in-your-face, arrogant type of racism. And it's almost like you have to accept it. You have to accept it because they may not crack your skull, because they may not, kick in your door and rape your wife. But the systematic racism that goes on in the UK and the social racism is very strong and very prevalent. It's very, very strong and very prevalent. And this year, what's his name again?
Danny Baker.
Danny Baker. What Danny Baker said, it's a societal problem. It's not a BBC problem. It's not a Danny Baker problem. It's the UK in general. Why? Because we've seen this racism pop up other places. Give me some examples.
Like I said, the same racism is in America, all over the globe.
No, I'm talking about in UK, in other areas, not just with this royal. Congratulations on your royal chimpanzee. But you have the racism right now in European football, right? Where they have a whole campaign against racism, right? A couple of weeks ago, you had a Juventus player score a goal, and he was touted with monkey chants, a ton of monkey chants. And when he said something about it, his own teammate said, "You blew it out of proportion. You made things worse." Right? The player was an African, but of course, to the average Italian or European, there's no difference between us as Israelites and them as Hamites, right? There is no difference. They're going to treat us the same. But the racism is so ingrained among them that they think even if you say something about it, it's a problem. You had the same thing happen with Raheem Sterling. Remember Raheem Sterling? He made a stand for it because, of course, they was throwing banana peels at him. And then he wanted them to not tear down the projects that he grew up in. And that became an issue as well. Right or wrong?
Color one concept.
Right? You had recently also, this was maybe last year, the Grenfell Towers.
Color one.
Right? When the Grenfell Towers burned down, that was in South London? That's where it is?
West London.
West London, right? You had the Grenfell Towers burning down, which housed minorities. Mainly. You had a large portion of Israelites in there, and of course the heathens, the Ethiopians, the Pakis, the Africans, those types are in there, right? And again, some feedback now. It might be the microphone now.
The microphone.
Hold on, check it out.
I think my speakers are too loud, sir. Is that too up, sir?
Yeah, it might be. Your speaker probably don't need to be that loud today, too, because I'm hearing you right through the your mic. You get me?
Color one concept.
Yeah, I'm hearing you through the mic. Yeah, so we good now. So now we had the Greenfell Towers, right? And remember what happened with the Greenfell Towers.
So like it's the
Go ahead.
those people making like bonfires and mocking it, and you know,
You had this group of white people, upscale white people, on a rooftop party, right? Karafi, see if you could pull the video real quick, just to refresh everybody's mind on it, who may not have who not familiar with what happened with Greenfell Towers, and the ridicule that came after, right? They were ridiculed after almost in blackface like fashion. It was almost a blackface like type of ridicule when that Greenfell Tower was burnt down, and it damn near burnt all the way. Where a few people died in there. The sprinkler system didn't come on. The response to the fire was horrible. And this was because it was low income housing. You get the point? You have the video yet?
Color one can, sir. Play it now, sir.
All right, go ahead. Make sure you share it with the screen, all right?
Color one can.
All right, y'all take a look at this, all right? This is what they did last year. Go ahead and play it. All right, this is what they did last year. Share it with everyone so it comes all the way up. I ain't seen it come up yet.
Color one can. Casey now, sir. Should be sharing.
Hey, I seen it now. Go ahead.
Color one can.
All right, pause it there.
Color one can, sir. Pause it.
All right, cool. When you share it, you want to hit, did you hit present to everyone?
Color one can, sir. I'll try it again.
Hold on, try it one more time. Don't play the video. Just keep it paused right there, but hit present to everyone. Because I want, when I speak, I don't want the screen to shift, because I want them to see something. Then come up.
Color one can. Present to everyone, yeah?
Yeah, and just make it big.
Okay.
Fill up the whole screen.
Color
Okay.
one can.
So what, and anytime you share a video, you want to do it like that, all right?
Color one can, sir.
What you seen on the screen there, okay, back up the video a little bit. All right, play it now. All right, so this is these white people. You see the lawn on the ground. I believe this is a rooftop party, if I'm not mistaken. All right, or a backyard party or something. They made an effigy of the Greenfell Towers, which is a little, mock thing. And they have images of black people hanging out the window. You could pause it right there. You see those images right there? Those are supposed to be the black people who were hanging out the window crying for help while the Greenfell Towers burned. And the Greenfell Towers is like a project that's right now is in the white man's way because he's redeveloping that area, right or wrong?
Color one can, sir. That's correct.
He's redeveloping that area. And the upper crust white British people, the Greenfell Towers is down there like an eyesore to them. It's like an eyesore. So they're making fun of this massive fire that killed the people, burned this tower down there, burned to the ground. And now they, laughing and joking about how black people were hanging out the window and XYZ. Keep playing it. Right? And look, that's where they lit it a fire.
Color one can.
Right? The whole thing is lit on fire. And I believe they start singing towards the end, right or wrong?
I'm not sure, sir. I believe they do.
I believe they start singing something towards the end. right? And they're laughing about help us, right? While this literally happened to people shortly after. You could stop it there.
God.
You understand? You could stop it there, right? So what Danny Baker did is really British culture. It's white culture. It's like blackface. It's like blackface where they would dress up and paint their faces black and put on the hoodie and pretend to be black or mock black actions or black tragedies. No different than what they did to Trayvon Martin when after he was murdered, they did what? They started buying hoodies and they had something called the Trayvon Martin Challenge where they would, lay on the floor, chalked out in the same position he's in with the Skittles in one hand and the Arizona iced tea in the other. And that's what white people do because that's their culture. That's their culture to mock and to live and laugh at your calamity. You understand? Live and laugh at our calamity always. So once again, if they did they punish this group?
After, I think
right. Go ahead.
They're just saying how appalling it is and so forth, and it's not a good look.
Exactly. They were saying how appalling it was. It's not a good look for Britain. We're civilized. But, and I remember it clearly because I was like, this is our time to go on the streets and blaze on this devil. They said what this group did was protected by their First Amendment right.
Come on.
It was freedom of speech. It was, yes, it was distasteful. Yes, it was offensive, but they have freedom of speech. That's what they actually said. The news stories carried it. Legal attorneys, the we call them solicitors. The solicitors came out, gave their opinion that this was protected by freedom of speech. They wasn't punished for this. The people who, the football teams that abused black players over the years, some of them were punished, but not all of them by and large. So why is Danny Baker losing his job? Because he disrespected the white royal family.
Come on.
You understand? That it has nothing to do with calling the baby a chimp if they were black. You get the point? It's because this baby is associated with the quote-unquote royal family. And this has to be a sign for us as Israel, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the UK, to further push us into separation. Because this is not the first devil that says something evil about black people. So why punish him? Why treat him this harsh? You had what's his face? Big Shaq. Man's Not Hot.
God.
Man's Not Hot made millions of dollars over doing what? Blackface. Mocking brothers living in the UK. Right or wrong?
Correct, sir.
Right? He made millions of dollars over mocking brothers. Man's not hot. Right? Acting like a buffoon. And you see the way he did it. He did it in a way to mock brothers. Even when he talk, he's like, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. Like if black men can't speak properly. Like we can't speak properly, right? And we just stupid. We ain't taking off no jacket no matter where we go. Man's not hot. And of course, as soon as he rose to fame, what did he do? Go ahead.
He stopped that. And he turned, like he went to the Breakfast Club in New York. He didn't go as Big Shaq. He went as Michael Dapper. Like they say now that he boss.
To water. He ain't go to the Breakfast Club as he didn't go as that shit. He went there as Michael Hamite Dapper.
God.
And told them where he was from and how much of an African he is. And he spoke quite intelligently because he wants you to know he's a Hamite. And he is not one of them fools who he was mocking.
God.
You get me?
God.
So that's the whole thing there. Give me Ezekiel 22:4. All right, give me that. Mago War, if you could, brother.
Okay.
Ezekiel 22:4.
Ezekiel 22:4. 22:4. Ezekiel 22:4. Thou art become guilty in thy blood that thou hast shed, and hast defiled thyself in thy idols which thou hast made.
Right? That's us. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. Because we done lived under these heathens and took up their lifestyle, we are now guilty in the blood we have shed. Don't they always say that? Well, black people kill black people all the time. Like amidst this, what's going on in London right now?
Like I said, knife crime.
A heavy dose of knife crime.
Yes, sir.
And the knife crime is not happening with just Israel. The knife crime is happening with other nations as well. Right or wrong?
Yes,
Kind of one concept.
Right? Other nations are equally violent to each other. Eastern Europeans, forget them Pakis. Them Pakis, Ethiopians, it seemed like them is the only ones with guns in the UK. That's who you go get your guns from.
Kind of one concept.
Right? And they ain't got no rusty revolver. They got the long K, that bar. You get the point? But we are the only ones who the knife crime is pinned on. And every time one of us gets stabbed or whatever, now it's a problem with us. Meanwhile, these Pakis and these Arabs beating each other silly with pipes and bats over, a traffic lane. Right?
Come on, Slacky, sir.
Go ahead.
Slacky, like what he says is correct, because everyone's using knife crime, but on that video on the UK page, the policeman says he needs to pull over black people. You know what I mean? When the Pakistanis are committing just so much crimes, so are the East Europeans. But for some reason, he feels he needs to stop black people only.
Exactly. He for some reason, he has to stop black people. He even said it. A black man with a nice car and something. You understand? We have to pull you over, right? Because this is all about the racism of England. You understand? England was built on racism, and is not like America, where America was built on racism, and then for a time, the racism was hid. It was, packaged. It was sealed up a little bit, where people started thinking it's a little more free. England is not like that. England is very blatant and blunt and in your face. In your face with it, with very cheeky remarks. You understand? Very cheeky remarks. But England will let you know what class you in. And when you get out again quickly, they'll let you know that. Right? And that's what's going on here. But because we done joined ourselves to them, we done guilty in the blood we shed. We defiling ourselves with their idols. Like, had we rejected that royal wedding, they would not be able to ride this chimpanzee thing.
God.
You understand? It's because the royal wedding was such so romantic, Prince Charming, and the little black girl, quote unquote black, because she's really white, her father is white. Had we rejected that and said that ain't got nothing to do with us, you're still racist, you're still, backward, you're still the devil. They would have been able to do it, but we done defiled ourselves with their idols. We done bought into their way of life and their culture, and now we're paying for it, horribly, and not just horribly, but with much embarrassment. With much embarrassment. Keep reading, Mago.
And thou hast caused thy days to draw near.
Right? And we have caused our days to draw near, meaning how we should live on this earth is not how we living. You understand? It's not how we living. Like, and now our days are drawing short. Our time is coming to an end. You understand? Where we should be flourishing and living long. Now we not. Go ahead.
And art come even unto thy years.
Go ahead.
Therefore have I made thee a reproach unto the heathen, and a mocking to all countries.
You understand? And because of that, the Lord is doing this to us. The Lord now, he is allowing them to pass by and do what? Wag the finger. Look at y'all. Y'all a problem. Now we need to deport every one of y'all Windrush people. We need to lock all your sons up. Look at how violent you are. Now we become a reproach to all countries. Now we become a mocking to all nations. You get me? Like now we are damn, you know, it's open season on us where any heathen could say anything about us, and our leaders don't fight back ever. You don't say anything. Like, okay, London has a knife problem, right? The only knife problem I know London's have is when that African cut the heart out of that white soldier. You remember that? Happened about 3 years ago. The Hamite drove his car into the soldiers, into the security booth, came out with a meat cleaver, and began to do open heart surgery on a white man, and then got up in the passerby's camera and said, I'm doing this because of what you did to my country. What you did in my country. You're in my country. You're doing this. And he, some Hamite, joined Islam and mad at the white man. You get me? The only crime I'm seeing in London is when they steal the cars and run over people on London Bridge. Right? All the acts of terrorism. That's a serious problem. Why is there no move to deport those heathens? Why is there no move to lock them down and keep them out?
Right.
You understand? Like this is totally against us. All right, read it one more time, Margot.
Yes. Just one second.
Sit forward a little bit, Ark. I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And thou hast caused thy days to draw near, and art came even unto thy ears. Therefore I have made thee a reproach unto the heathen, and a mocking to all countries.
Right? The Lord will make us a mocking to all countries. You understand? They now are able to openly mock us because we done join them. We done join them and become part of their society. So now they can make them statements. Congratulations on your royal chimpanzee. And there's no way he don't know what he said. And he doesn't care about losing his slave either. That Danny Baker, he's probably about, 55, 60 years old and drawing his pension or that pension age. He get fired, brother. He don't give a damn. You understand? He does not give a damn. It's not a problem for him. But they are only able to say it because we're so integrated with them. They're so joined in with them. You get me? We should be absolutely separate from them in every way. And the time for that separation is coming. It's coming in every nation where we dwell. Every nation where we dwell is turning against us and mocking us to shame, something horrible, where it's like, imagine you in high school or secondary school or college, wherever, and every time you show up, there's a group or the in-clique that just make fun of you and mock you. After a while, common sense would say what? I'm not showing up, right? Common sense would be like, I'm not showing up. But we keep showing up. We keep trying to come together with them. We keep trying to integrate and have a melting pot society with them when we can't do that. We can't. Doing that is giving them our strength, and we become weak amongst them. And once we're weak amongst heathens, they will just run over the top of us. They will take from us. You understand? Go ahead. You was gonna say something?
Yeah, like I just said, like the scripture said, they're always mocking us. Like even up a year or two ago, the whole H&M advert with the coolest monkey in the jungle, and then also the Coronation Street saying that the Coronation Street, the soap, those mocking black people as well, and no repercussions happened to them.
So what? Salakia, Dumgaba, big up Dumgaba. Dumgaba just sent me a picture. I think this is what he was trying to pull up before.
Come on, Cancer.
How can I get it to you? Boy.
I can screenshot it, sir.
Say again?
I can screenshot it from this side.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out how to send it to you. Okay, it's that royal picture with the, I don't know if that's the queen or whoever, but it's a man and a woman holding a chimpanzee in a damn suit with a cane.
Come on, I got it right here.
I believe you pulled it up before I overlooked it because I ain't familiar with this Danny Baker, exactly what he said. I saw the headline, but I wasn't fully familiar with what he said. See if you could pull up the picture. See if you could pull up the picture, please.
I got the other one right, yes.
Go ahead. Oh, wait. Everybody see that, right? Any way you could zoom in on that? All right. So, Salak. That's never that. You see, you all think, no, I'm not saying Britain is worse than America because America is extremely violent with their racism. But brother, this is the type of nonsense these devils over the pond do. It's shit to make you just want to go in the mouth with your hand out. Like he said, royal baby leaves hospital. Congratulations on your royal chimpanzee. And there's a white man and a white woman. Now that's deep. He didn't put a colored woman.
God.
So he's telling you Meghan Markle is white. Which is because her daddy is white. You are the seed of your father. But the baby, he is like, you got this little chimp in there. And the thing in there, look at it, look at the goddamn chimp with the damn the little bagel hat. Yeah, and the Al Capone shoes and the damn trench coat hat. Talking about this is the royal the royal chimpanzee. I don't know what else to say. The white man is the devil.
Right.
That's it. He's the devil. No, if Danny Baker could say that, he lost his job, right? He ain't lose nothing really. He getting all the help and fame and support from Tommy Morrison and Britain First. And them Greenfield people who build the effigy, they got clearance as freedom of speech. Don't tell me that when I go on the streets and I light fire to your kingdom.
Right.
Don't tell me not a goddamn thing. You get me?
Come on.
Let's move on. Let's drop that. Let's move on. All right. What was the other one? All right. So now, as you see, that's the, and listen, the whole monkey reference in Britain when they're playing that football, when the brothers close to the stands or to the supporters be making monkey chants, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, and throwing bananas at them. So much so that one of the, hold on, I know I have this video. Hold on. Y'all saying it's a joke. Hold on 1 second. Right? I believe this brother, this is a brother, he's from Brazil, right? He plays for a Spanish team called Barcelona, right? This was in I think a Champions League game or a Spanish League game, possibly, where he went to take a corner kick, and it's of course down there and, in the court at the close to the stands where the fans are, right? And this is what happened. He's setting to take the corner. If you look up, everybody seeing?
Yes, sir.
Everybody able to see, right? It's not freezing or nothing, right?
No.
All
right. Now if you look at the video, you see these guys in the red? Okay, their whole job is to watch the stands in case, somebody jump out to storm the field, to keep security. They don't get to watch the game. They have to watch the fans because, of course, Europeans are known for being hooligans, right? Nobody else on the earth has that name. It's called an English hooligan, not an Israelite hooligan or Hispanic hooligan, English hooligan, because white people in their fervor destroy things, right? So their job is to watch the stands. Now look at the one in the middle. You could see he's seeing the thing being thrown. All right, look at it. See?
Come on, Carl.
See it. Everybody sees a banana that was thrown on the field, right?
Yes, sir.
See the banana?
Yes, sir.
Now look at what the brother does. Now look at it, sir. He has to do this. He eats it. And then he proceeds to go ahead and take the shot. Now why this brother here, he's a multi-millionaire making a whole ton of money for them. Integral guy in their sports. They throw a banana at him, and okay, he can't. If he throws it back into the crowd, they're gonna fine him. They're gonna charge him a few $100,000. They might ban him. So his only recourse is to be like, all right, I'll be an effing monkey, no sweat. That's his, his protest. Ain't no problem. I'll just eat it. It's not a problem. Yes, that's him saying, yeah, I know you think I'm a nigga. I'm a monkey. And the only reason I'm putting up with this is because I have my poor family to feed back in the favelas in Brazil.
God.
You understand? That's the only way. That's the only reason I'm putting up with this, because for real, if I was to run up in that stance, none of you all could see me any day. You get me? And that's every black player. Every athlete has that moment. You get the point? Every athlete has that moment. Let me get another one. Hold on 1 second. Let me get another one here. And this is just to show you, this is a European thing. This is a white thing. To be this condescending about everything. All right? You all know Russell Westbrook, right? You all heard that name before?
Come on, concept.
Right? Russell Westbrook, Salakia. He recently had an altercation with a fan, I believe, at an away game in Utah, right? Hold on. I'm trying to get the whole thing with the whole interview for you. Because, okay, they only played one part of it. But it's more than that. It's more than this one part of it. Hold on 1 second. All right. So now he's playing an away game, I think, in Utah. They had the Utah fans there. And one fan said something to him, and of course he, being a brother, retaliated, right? So this is what made headlines all over the place. This is the clip. Right? So now this video went viral of him basically threatening the guy in the stands and his wife. So now what will everybody say? See, these are just dangerous monkeys, the so-and-so and so-and-so monkeys. Now look at the interview with what Westbrook said actually happened.
Everybody's talking about the same video, but the realization of it is how it started was young man and his wife in the stands told me to get down on my knees like he used to. And for me, that's just completely disrespectful.
You all heard that, right?
Color one cancer to get on his knees.
Say again?
Did he say the man told him to get on his knees?
The white man told him why doesn't he get on his knees like he's used to? Because what happened is Westbrook was on the sidelines icing his knees. All right? And they're saying that he always, he favors his injuries and he's not fighting hard enough. So the fan is trying to get him off his game. This is a fan from the opposing team. And he told him, get down on his knees like he's used to. Right? That's that whole boy thing. Go ahead, boy. Bow down, boy. So, of course, Westbrook had enough. So he told him, exactly what it could be. He could tell him what it could be. Like, he didn't care about the millions. Like, it's only so much he could take after a while.
Come on,
to me, I think think it's racial. I think it's just inappropriate in the sense of there's no protection for the players. I think there are a lot of great fans around the world that like to come to the game and enjoy the game. And there are people that come to the game to say mean, disrespectful things about me, my family. For many years, man, I've done all the right things. I've never done anything to hurt or harm anybody. I've never been in any trouble. Never fought a fan. Been in the league 11 years, clean slate.
Why you think he feels the need to say that?
So like I said, he wants to know that even though I, acted in a certain way, I'm still a nice black guy. I'm not like one of these gremlins. I'm still a nice person. I don't usually act that way.
Okay, not so much that he's throwing shade on his brothers, but he's trying to show you how hard it is to be in the NBA. He says all these years, I've never said anything when people have spoken about me or my family. I never launched out 11 years in the league. I never fought a fan. I never did anything. And there's another video where a little boy sitting courtside pushed him. Just literally got up and pushed him out the way.
Damn.
He turned around and it's like, yo, what the hell is this shit? You know what I mean? Like, who is he to put his hands on me? And this is a little white boy. And he trying to show you the fine line these brothers have to walk just to eat. Just to be able to take care of the family. You get the point? He's trying to show you he's reached a boiling point. All right, hold on. Where we are?
Humble. I take all the criticism from everybody. They do the same thing for years. And for me, disrespect will not be taken from me. I think I'm completely just sit back sometimes.
Right. So he went ahead and he explained his thing. All right. He explained exactly what he was what it is he was dealing with. And of course, they try to jam him up with it. And the devil who made the statements, the devil went ahead and said other things about he did not say that and how Westbrook did not have to respond in the way he responded, blah, 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 right? But this is just to show you what it is that these men are dealing with. All right? What's going on? Mago,
yes, sir.
All right, no sweat. All right? So I'm just giving you an example of the societal problem that we face all the time, dealing with this white man. You understand? And what Danny Baker said, it just echoes the whole European level of racism that black people deal with every single day that they never like to acknowledge. All right. All right, cool. Now on to Ayesha Curry. All right.
All
right, good. Karate, cue me up. Let me get our video.
Can't share it now, sir. Sluck says ready now, sir.
All right, go ahead and make it big. Do your thing. We're not hearing now. You gotta put some volume. You gotta raise. No, just raise the volume up on the video itself.
That was the wrong video. That's another commentary, sir. I think this should be the one.
It bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that there are all these women throwing themselves, but me the past 10 years I don't have any of that. I have zero. This sounds weird, but male addiction. And so then I begin to internalize it, and I'm is something wrong with me? What? I'm gonna say something else.
All right, stop it right there. All right. So now everybody heard her statement, right?
Kind of one concert.
Right. She said, she's been with him for however long, and she notices other women throwing themselves at him, but nobody throws themselves at her, and she feels some type of way over it, right? That's basically it in a nutshell, right?
Come on.
All right. Also, find another one where Jada Pinkett responded to her. There's another video where Jada Pinkett responded to her and said something, she explained that this is how women feel. All right. She explained this is how women feel. Y'all make sure y'all share this, send this to every woman in the world so they can find out who they really are today. All right. Today I'm gonna tell you who you really are in the world. If you definitely agree with, what Ayesha Curry said. All right. I'm gonna help you understand yourself. I'm gonna help you understand how this world, what this world has made you into. All right, by wanting all this attention. What it is really about. It's something very psychological, and it's something you can't escape if you're in the world. If you're in the world, it's something you cannot escape. You found it?
Well, everyone's making reactions on it, but I can't find the.
Okay, I saw it earlier. I can't remember where I saw it though, but I did see it earlier. Anyway, okay. So after that, Jada Pinkett Smith, she came forward and said, "Yes, I understand this," and she went through it when she was young. That's what you have to remember. While she's young, and and she went on to tell her, not that you're looking, but you do understand, it's good to want to have that attention. And then Jada Pinkett said, but even though you may not see who is looking at you, there's somebody who does, and it's your husband. But the way she said it, it was very, very condescending. Very, very, like he's supposed to know I got niggas looking at me. You get it, boy?
Come on.
Right? So now, let's get to the root of it, all right? Let's get down to what it really is. This is a woman in the world, very much in the world, went to a meeting with other women only, to sit at some round table to discuss, woman stuff. The discussion wasn't, I didn't see the whole thing. But of course, to get on there and make this type of statement, it's showing where the standard of a wife in today's society is in the trash. You in the world today, the standard you hold as a wife is in the trash. It's not a high standard, and it's definitely not to honor your husband. All right, let's start off first with Proverbs 3 and 31 or 33. Let me get that first.
Proverbs 3 and 33.
Let me get Proverbs 3 and 33.
3 and 33.
No, Salaki, what we're talking about? It's 3 or 31?
3 and 31.
No, hold on. No. Proverbs 31, right? That's why I want the woman scriptures, right? Proverbs 31?
Proverbs 31.
31. Salaki, brother. Give me Proverbs 31 and start at 10.
Proverbs 31 and 10.
All right, let's start there.
Proverbs 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Now, stop right there. Who can find a virtuous woman? In the scriptures, a virtuous woman is a woman with what? What is that defined as virtuous?
Obey the law.
Obeying the law is good, is one. Something else.
Virtue means ability.
Ability, right? This one is talking about ability. Because, of course, you want a woman who can do things, who has some sort of skill or skills. multi-talented.
God.
Right? You want her to be multi-talented. All right? Read verse 11 one more time, Magawo.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Right? The heart of a husband that safely trusts in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Now you see already in this relationship they have, he's the one making sure she doesn't have need of spoil.
God.
You get the point? When a virtuous woman, a woman whose price is far above rubies, meaning what? This sister is priceless. Get the point? Why are they saying she's priceless?
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it because there's not many women like this? It's hard to find.
That's true, but there's something else. Something very, it's Israel culture. Her price is far above rubies.
It's lucky, sir.
Come on.
Is it because we give dowries?
Thank you, Karate. So what? It's because you're supposed to go pay for her according to what her father deems she is worth. Right? You could go get a bad brother. I want to say bad brother. I'm not talking the carnally bad. Right? Israel, them 12 tribes, brother, there's bad women everywhere in all the 12 tribes. Sisters, I saw them at the Passover, brother.
Oh, God.
12 tribes, these sisters here, they know just how to get down for the get down. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about what she's bringing to the table. Other than that tail and that chest and them hips and them lips. There's other things she could bring to the table, right? Which is her ability. Now, her father who raised her would know this sister has a ton of ability. She has a ton of potential. Meaning I'm giving you to her, brother, you could turn her into, whatever. She cooking, she's sewing, she good with money, she could manage the books. She ain't stupid with money, meaning she ain't gonna spend all your goddamn money. She know how to go get stuff cheap. Like this sister with the right father over her, she would generate cash for you, right? She would generate cash for you. She would make sure your house is fed. She's good with managing tasks. This father knows what he's giving up because now she's doing that for him. He knows you're going to get this benefit. He's going to make you pay for that benefit, right? He's going to make you pay for that. He ain't making you pay for the tail that you in love with. You can get that tail anywhere. But what she bringing to the table, you ain't getting everywhere because she grew up in his house. You are going to pay him a dowry. Now, with some women, you get them and you realize the dowry was just a deal of brotherhood. Because if you were to put a price on everything this woman could do, her price is far above rubies. You get the point? Like now she has so much ability, it's like, damn, I need to go put some more money in that father's hand because, you can't really pay for what she's doing. You can't really pay for that. No. Did what Ayesha Curry say, is that, was her statement, profound? Was it, earth-shattering and groundbreaking, and was it heavy material?
Lassa.
Yeah, you could find any woman saying that anyway. What's the proof? The support she's gotten.
God.
Is that far above rubies or 2 for 12?
Cheap, otherwise.
That's cheap. That's a cheap thing. She already showing her worth. You get the point? Brother playing basketball, multi-millionaire, probably a billionaire, come from a basketball family. His father was a baller. He had a contract with Nike. Nike disrespected him in the negotiation. He walked out. This is how much power he had.
Nike disrespected him in the negotiation. He left and went with, one of them new brands and getting paid, winning championships, have a good image in the NBA. And all that could come out of your mouth is, I want more attention. Now, she ain't got one late credit card, not one late one. She ain't got to worry about eviction, Section 8, no food, no diapers, the typical problems women have. What she's worried about is attention. You know why? She got too much goddamn time on her hands. Because she's lacking in ability. She got way too much time on her hands. Which one of your rich girls out there has so much time? Why nobody ain't texting or liking my photos? Why? Because they're busy working. They're busy producing. They're busy tending to the kids or tending to your garments or looking up buildings, looking up vans, looking up slaves, looking up houses. They're busy in the work to push a nation forward. This is an idle woman's talk. An idle woman's conversation. That whole red table thing, it's an idle woman's occupation. Just idle. You got too much time on your hands and your price is not above rubies. You're showing it by what comes out your mouth. Right? Keep reading, Magawo.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Shalom. Do I need to say more? Mm-hmm. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. That statement, that statement his wife made. I'm standing straight up the jury out right now on whether she's a sister or not. But I'm not making this a racial thing. I'm making this a woman thing. You get the point?
I don't want card.
That statement his wife made, it did him evil. It dishonored him. It dishonored him. Now you have people who don't know this man talking about how he's not satisfying her, he's not this, he's not that. Like, how does that even come up unless she comes forward and dishonors him the way she did? You get the point? Like, why should it matter about who's interested in you? Are you interested in them? She might say no, but I'm going to say, obviously you are. It should not matter. You should be focused on your husband. Your husband who paid your father money for you. You belong to him. You don't belong to the person who gives you attention. You belong to the person who paid for you. You get the point? You're taking the role of your daddy now. When you're a little girl, is your daddy the one who gives you attention, or your daddy is your daddy, the man who brought you into this world? That's your father. You get the point? And the man is replacing your father. That's your daddy now. You don't have daddies based on likes. You don't have daddies based on DMs. Your daddy is based on a dowry. That's who your daddy is now. But of course, this is an idle woman's talk. And of course, our women, because we follow this world, have now become as idle as she has become. You understand? Right? Skip me down to no, just keep reading. Just keep reading.
Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands.
Right? She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. Meaning what? She go get good material to make garments, and she willingly works with her hands. Meaning she likes what she's doing. She likes what she's doing. Go ahead.
Verse 14. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar.
Right? She's like the merchant ships. Meaning what? Just like a ship bringing in food from a far place. She goes and gets food and at a reasonable price, good food, and brings it back to her household. Why is she not on there giving them tips of how to be a successful NBA wife and mother and how she feeds her family? Why is she not out there saying that? You get the point? Why is she not talking about how, you know, being the wife of a professional is very, very hard. It's very hard. If you're a professional, brother, or a businessman, family life is not a priority for you. The success of the business is. That's why in America, most professional or businessmen have multiple marriages, because so much of their marriages fail because their focus is not in the house. Their focus is on that job or that thing, that career. You get me? Now he is there. They was all touting them as the best couple of the NBA. No scandals, no this, no nothing. It's showing you he's able to manage whatever he's doing as best as the world standards goes. But that's not enough for her. You get me? That's not enough for her. She needs to have that attention. She needs that because to the world, what is that? There's a word they have for
it. Lost.
Say again?
Lost.
It is lust, but it's something else.
Recognition.
The world calls it something, brother. The world calls it something when you have a man and other men want you. There's songs about it. I can't help but wait. You know, who is this? Trey Songs or Usher? One of them. I can't help but wait. I know you got a man, but I can't help but wait. I'm gonna wait until what? Until what? What you gonna wait on, nigga? You gonna put 45 in your head?
Oh God.
What are you waiting on? Right? Boyfriend number 2. I mean a ton of other songs. The world has a word for it. What is the word?
Divorce.
Mago?
I'm just guessing, sir. I'm saying divorce.
Divorce is what happens, but there's something else. I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake. It's called romantic.
Oh, come on, Carl.
Okay, a woman going in her inbox and seeing they're so proud with it, they take a screenshot and post it. 100 messages. Right? And she goes through it, brother, and she feels love. That her husband comes home, hey baby, what's going on? How you feeling? Gives her a kiss on the cheek. Thank you, baby. This man loves her, and these men love her. That tug of war between men for her is what the world calls romantic. Romantic, why? Because it comes from
Rome, sir?
It comes from Rome. Rome comes from Remus and Romulus. The twin boys that was raised by the she-wolf. Romulus killed Remus in a match, and everything was named after him, Rome. The city Rome is named after Romulus. Romantic comes from Rome because of the 2 men fighting over something. Till this day, the whole concept of romantic is 2 men fighting for the love and attention of one broad. And what they don't show you is when those 2 men not around, there's a 3rd nigga there.
Oh God.
Spirit of whoredom. You get me?
Come on.
That's what the word. That's why every song is, I know you got a man, but I could treat you better. I can't help but wait. I see you with him, but you should be with me. Ooh, I can't decide. Johnny does this, but Stevie does that. I'm so lost. I don't know. That's why so many women could do, when she made that statement, what did so many women turn around and say?
So like I said, the females are saying, yeah, you know, nothing wrong with it.
And they could identify with it. I could identify with it. I know what she's going through. You know what she's going through because you grew up Christian.
So like I said,
you grew up a Christian with men competing over you, with nobody going to your father and saying, hey, Shalom, so how you doing? I'm priest and officer so-and-so. I'm priest and captain so-and-so. I'm general so-and-so. And you have a daughter here I'm highly interested in, and blah, 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 blah. And I brought you this bottle of scotch and these 5 cows and these 20 goats, hoping to win your approval to have your daughter. Nobody goes to her father to say that. But what do? One man give her flowers. Next man give her chocolates. Next man give her a necklace. Next nigga give her a pendant for the necklace. Next nigga give her earrings. By the time they're done competing for her, she have a full new wardrobe, and the next nigga gonna come and take her.
God.
You understand? Because a gift destroyed the heart. The whole thing with Ayesha Curry, it comes from that romantic spirit of you must have 2 men giving you affection for you to feel this is love. If one man is giving you affection, it's not enough. It's not enough. And it's Christian and it's the way of the world. Right? You was gonna say something now?
Yes, so like I said, like what is to be the romance? It's true, like even with that movie, the Titanic, you know what I mean? The woman had her husband already, and you got Jack chasing her down, and everyone saw that as romance. And
Everybody saw that as romance. Because why? The husband was rich. He was rich, but he was arrogant and mean to her and didn't pay her no mind. And she loved to draw and do all kind of artsy, dumb bullshit. Let me take that back. She has her interests, right? She has stuff she into. To him, that's nonsense. But Jack was poor. Jack is a stowaway. He's so exciting and he's young. He's not rich, but he's a bad boy. And she is torn between them. And they both dead. They both end up dead, nigga. Dead. They both drowned and froze. And then she lived on to go whore with other men and then drop the damn diamonds in the ocean at the end of the shit when nobody benefit. You get the point? Nobody benefits from it. It's the world's definition of romance. Any romantic movie, anyone, there's always 2 men fighting over a woman. Always. Always. It always shows you one who is not treating her good, right? And one who is, and even the whole thing of not treating her good, they never show you the history of what led up to that.
God.
Or they never show you the full picture. It's always, it starts off with, bitch, I'm done, blah, 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 blah. And he storm out and she crying. And she's like, what more do you want? And then the phone goes up, notification. You up? So now that's the world's concept of romance. When that's not romance, that's just creating, that's order. It's creating. You understand? And that's the comments come from that. The comments come from it. That's why women of all nationalities could identify. You understand? Woman is not saying, girl, why don't you sit down? Your husband is a millionaire. You ain't got shit to worry about. What attention you need? You don't need no goddamn attention. You need a stick across your head.
Right.
You understand? That's what you need. Right? Skip down to verse 25. Margot, please.
Yes, sir. Verse 25. Strength and honor are her clothing.
Strength and honor are her clothing. Meaning what? She wears strength and honor like a woman wears clothes. What does a woman wear clothes to do?
Cover her shame.
To cover her shame. So if she really wanted to cover her shame and not dishonor her husband, she would have went on there with strength and honor. Listen, it's not easy being a wife of a brother like that. It's not easy being his woman. But listen, I'll do it 1,000 times because I love him. I want him to do this. I want him to succeed. I want this to succeed. I want to be his peace when he gets in the house. If she was busy serving her man, she wouldn't have time to wonder about how much men is in her DMs. You get the point? Because strength and honor is her clothing. The sisters in here that married to brothers know it. They know they might see that brother twice for the week because he's in camps and classes.
God.
He ain't got extra time. He ain't got, he eat the meal with you. He mightn't sit and cuddle. He might have to roll. And they understand that. And because of that, they work harder to make sure he is successful in his job. Because they know the price of a quality man like in the UPK is not having that extra, leisure and amenities that other women enjoy in the world. You understand? They understand that because of the quality of man you are and the job you do. She should understand that for her husband, and that's every woman. Every woman should have honor and strength when it pertains to her man, because that man is her daddy. And right there, Ayesha Curry dishonored her father. She dishonored her father in the spirit of Stephen Curry.
Right.
And she dishonored her father, her literal father, because now, what kind of daughter this nigga raised?
God.
Like you raise a daughter who need attention from every nigga? Nah. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Keep reading up.
And she shall rejoice in time to come.
And she will rejoice in time to come. A woman who clothes herself in strength and honor will rejoice in time to come. Ayesha Curry is not about to rejoice. They better hope that basketball team win the championship. Because if they lose, they're going to blame her. I'm telling you straight up. They're going to blame her. She's not going to rejoice. Go ahead.
She opened her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Right? She opened her tongue with wisdom, and read that again. I just get a text here that blow my goddamn mind, brother.
She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Read it one more time.
She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
She opened her mouth with wisdom. Karathia, please play that tape one more time. And let's see how this girl is not bright. She's not a bright girl. But I know I ain't sure about here how you all word it, how the brothers in America word it, or the UK. I know back in the islands we have a name for women like this. We call them pretty dunce. Right? A pretty dunce. Like she ain't too smart. She good looking, but she ain't too smart. And she good looking by the world standards, right? That's this woman I'm not getting personal with it. But she ain't too smart. You get the point? Right? You have the video? Margot, read it one more time for me.
She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Right? She opened her mouth with wisdom. She opened her mouth with wisdom. What does that mean? She opens her mouth with wisdom. Karathi, just let me know when you have it, all right?
Come on, Cancer.
What does that mean? She opened her mouth with wisdom. Anybody knows?
So like you said, does it mean that what she says is wise? Like she's not going to tear down her family. She's not going to make herself look like a whore, look like an attention groupie.
She knows she's when she opens her mouth, she's not going to tear down her family. She's going to build this up. She's not going to bring shame to her household. There's something else. There's something else. That's one meaning. There's something else, and this is what the next meaning is what most women and brothers don't get.
Slucky, so can try again. So she opens her mouth with wisdom. So meaning, like she's not like regular women don't open their mouth with wisdom. You know, they're talking about being a whore and dressing half naked. She's talking about how to serve a husband. She's teaching women, how to not give your man headache and so forth.
That's what she should have gone on that red table and did. She should have opened her mouth with wisdom, but she opened her mouth with fuckery. Excuse me, language.
Come on,
yeah, man, straight up. And like you can imagine, he played, he on the court, he practicing shooting, blindfolded from half court. I've seen videos with him, this nigga in the damn stands, in the tunnel, and shooting the ball over the damn backboard and scoring. And then he goes in there, he begs, he's like, yeah, I'm about to go home to my baby and my family. And this shit gone viral. Yeah, I want other men to notice me. In a league plagued with adultery. In a league where you had Kevin Garnett and what's the other one? The tall Simeonite brother from he plays with Nick. I forget his name. His wife was on the show Power. His wife is one of them girls who be on BET and all that shit. His
Lala.
wife, say again?
Wife Lala.
His wife's name is Lala. I forget the brother name. But he a Simeonite brother where Kevin Garnett was having sex with his woman and went on the court and said something to him and they started fighting. In a league that is plagued with all sorts of adultery, she goes on there and says something like that. She did not open her mouth with wisdom.
Slap, you said.
Go ahead.
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony, that's the brother. That's the brother. Brother, I think he filed for a divorce after that Power episode when she went and got naked on the damn TV screen with some white boy. I think that was his last straw. He was done with that broad right there. It was a wrap. You get the point?
Come on, God.
She opens her mouth with wisdom. One context of it is when you speak, know what to say. The other context is knowing when you should speak.
Come on.
Which is golden. The scripture says, silent and loving woman is a gift from the Lord. Sisters, I say this with all the love in my heart. More time. How I say, Karathia? More time.
More time.
More time than a little bit. Shut your mouth.
God.
It'll help. It will help you. It will help you in so many ways. More times than you want to say something, just bite your lip for about an hour. And in an hour, if it's still important, then say it. When an hour pass and you don't forget what you was about to say, that was Satan trying to derail your life. Yeah, I'm helping you out. Listen, I know they're gonna say there's a cult, women can't talk. Well, no problem. Go marry Ayesha. Let her go embarrass your ass. My woman ain't embarrassing me like that. I can tell you straight up. They ain't doing that to me. They ain't going nowhere, no wrong table discussing shit.
God.
Discussing nothing but baking Passover bread and the lamb and sewing fringes and how to change a diaper with one hand while taking instructions from me on the phone with the other. And how to get the babies to play without killing each other. That's what they're going to be discussing. We're talking about attention from other men. Bitch, is you crazy?
Oh, God.
Did you see that 3-point shot as sank from half field? How much other men you want attention from could do that, nigga? The men you want attention from, could they do that? Just explain that. This little light-skinned nigga, brother, he could shoot anything from anywhere on his net. This bitch wants more attention. She's romantic.
God.
And romantic people are whores. You get the point? Practice whoredom and adultery. Right? She opened her mouth with wisdom. One is knowing what to say. One is knowing when to open your mouth and when not to. You could just stay quiet. You could just stay quiet. There's an old saying, and I believe it's paraphrased from in the Bible. It's better to stay quiet and to be taught a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Meaning, because of how you carry yourself and who I see you associating with, I might think you are wise because I never spoke to you. But then there's a time you could open your mouth and I could realize you're a dummy. So it would be better if you just stay quiet. And Shalom, brother, how you doing? Shalom. She should go on that show. And I think he's some fake Israelite too. He's one of them, Yehudi, Yeshiva type Israelites. That's why he don't do no shape ups. If you notice, he had his Shalom tattoo on his hand or his foot or some shit. He's one of them fake Israelite type dudes. She should go on that show, Shalom, whatever, and push that bullshit on them. But that's to show you the type of woman is in that shalawami type shit. You get the point? If you check him out good, he never come out and say it, but he does do things. There's a picture of him with the little bullshit tassels on the end of his shirt. He's into that, Yehudi, Yehuva type shit. But she don't know when to open her mouth. And when she do open her mouth, she don't know what the hell to say. Like, bro, you should just sit there and be pretty. Just shut your mouth. Just smile a whole lot. Memorize his stats and go on there. Yeah, he was 3 for 3 and 50% from the field goal. And you should have just said that. You'd have had more respect. You get me? More respect. Read it again, Margot.
She opened up her mouth with wisdom. And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
And in her tongue is the law of kindness. What does that mean?
She always talking good things and nice things.
She always talking good things. The law, meaning this is what is law. What is law is my husband is on the road so much. And, we don't have the typical relationship because he trains so hard and this and that. But he always makes time for me. He always calls. He sends me flowers. He does cards. He does this. He does that. He gave me kids with his face to run around the whole house so that when he's away playing basketball, I could look at the kids and see him. She could have said so much other shit than this common $2 whole statement she made. You get the point?
Come on, Khan.
Have you find my video yet?
I got the video, sir.
Come on.
It bothers me and honestly has given me a
So lucky, sir.
You don't have the one with the whole Jada Pinkett with what she said?
Last I want to get reactions on those ones, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Go ahead.
It bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that there are all these women throwing themselves, but me the past 10 years I don't have any of that. I have zero. This sounds weird, but male attention, and so then
stop right there. This bitch just said she with the nigga 10 years. 10 years. And I'm sure this is 10 years of Esau's marriage. Because abroad, once you go do the Esau marriage, it's like it starts from scratch. She don't count shit before that.
God.
Right? Now, you could exit off, especially if you don't have the other part with Jada Pinkett, right? She said he has she said it's been 10 years and he has other women throwing themselves at him. He's not a regular nigga. And even a regular man has women throwing themselves at him. That's what women do. Women gonna shoot their shot. Her real issue here is the romantic thing with the whoredom. What's her second issue? Let me see if you all know. And some of these sisters go understand it. I know you sisters in the chat. This is your time to open your mouth with wisdom. What is her issue here? Seeing what she just mentioned. What is her issue? What's the second issue? Her first issue is just, the typical things that women go through in the world with being worldly. What is her second issue? Huh? Anybody? While they're typing, Karath and Mago, you want to take a shot?
So like I say, is it attention? Attention
is one thing, but there's something deeper. That's the surface. You got to look deeper. You got to be UPK trained to see this. You got to be UPK trained to see this, or one of these sisters in here, because that was your battle too. Damn near giving it to you.
So like I said, is it because she's idle?
Nope. With that too, but
So like it says, someone online says not enough sex.
I can't comment on that. I'm not in my bedroom, but I don't think that's it.
So like someone says it's jealousy.
Somebody, that person who said jealousy needs to expound on that. They need to expatiate on that. They need to, let me get some big lawyer terms. They need to, just get deep with it. Explain what you mean by jealousy. Right? Okay. And the person who before said not enough sex, even that is a whore's excuse for her. I mean, not the person who said it, but for her, because I know that's what people are saying with her. If she's not getting enough sex, which could be a problem when you're dealing with a professional, he's just not around enough. Shouldn't you try to go be around him more? Why would you go seek it from other men?
Come on, God.
You understand? Right? So now the person who said jealousy, what are we talking about? I'm gonna give it to y'all for time's sake, Hold on, 3:47. We still have some time.
Like someone else said she's insecure and afraid of other women.
Okay, so now what we talking about?
Is that envy, sir?
You gotta bring it home, man. Bring it home. Somebody bring it home.
Okay, she said being jealous that someone else can offer something that she doesn't offer.
Okay, you're wording it in a way to make what she's saying. The way you're wording it, it makes what she's saying plausible. When you gotta get to the root of it, get to the point.
So like I said, is she scared of sharing her man?
She's scared of multiple wives, man. God damn it. Somebody else, like somebody come in doing something she can't do. Let me tell you something. Every brother in here have a wife or wives that do everything excellent and perfect. God. That doesn't mean if another bad broad walks into the room, that doesn't mean I'm gonna let her go. I might just, I might be into collecting bad broads. Hell, niggas who wear Jordans, niggas who wear Jordans, who's Jordan freaks? Do they buy one Michael Jordan shoes? And then this is my Michael Jordan. What do they do?
Get lows, collect them different colors.
You got the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 11s, the 12s, the retro 4s, the funny color 4, the Spike Lee 4s. Jordans. Well, listen, I might just be into collecting bad broads.
Oh, God.
The ones I have lacking anything, I might just want to have another one on the team.
God.
Now, this brother, come on, he in the NBA. God damn it. These broads is going to throw themselves at him. That's what she's saying. So, okay, she's trying to come and say, yeah, I want male attention, blah, 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 blah. Because listen, I'm going to tell you what it is. He probably tired of this Yeshua, Yeshiva shit and turn on one of the I.S.U.P.K videos of GEN.YAHANNA talking about, stacking up ribs and drinking wine. And she is scared he's going to have multiple women. She's reacting to the fact that women are attracted to him and a man can have multiple, and man can have more than one woman and she can't. She's in the world, so they don't live by our rules, but even in society will tell you a woman who has more than one man is a whore. A man who has more than one woman is what?
He's applauded, sir. A man with more than one woman.
He's celebrated. So even society tells you a woman can't have more than one man.
God.
You get me?
Cancer.
Even where there's an unwritten rule, society tells you that. Her real problem is all these young things in his DMs. All these young things showing up to his game and flashing him. I mean, shit. Listen, listen, Karathia, we went to London a few years ago. Some broad see Karathia is like, wait, no, you're UPK. I know you. I know you. Brother, and listen, you teaching the word of the Lord. This nigga doing 3-point shots from, another country. Think about what women doing for him.
God.
And she's seeing it. So it's bothering her to share her man. Ayesha Curry, shut your goddamn mouth and share your man. You can't spend all his millions any goddamn way. You cannot spend all that money. You need help to spend the money. Let him help somebody else. Let him help somebody else out of their poverty. Because Lord knows you ain't making the family rich. Lord knows that. You get the point? She is mad at, you know, all the, you know, the eligible young things that's coming across this table, which is something women can't handle because of the romantic theme that women grew up in, that men supposed to fight over them. Women think men supposed to fight over them, when really, who's the prize? Who's the prize, Karathia? Who's the prize? Who's the prize, Magawa?
Come on, sis. The man them.
Listen now, the man them. Say it again. Say the man. The man them are the prize, my youth. What you talk about? You see your freshman dress? You see a dress? Listen, I have 3 chains, one for each level on the podium. First, third. I'm the champion boy. I'm the champion boy. I'm the prize. You shoot your shot for me. You come and do what? Display your ability. You come and let me see you sewing garments and baking the bread and doing this and that. And then come to the castle and walk around in a white corsage and make sure I see you walking. You get the point? You ain't supposed to be going on TV. I'm so sad and depressed because men don't like me. Bitch, you're married. Does your husband like you? Do we know that? Maybe he don't like you. Maybe that's the point. Maybe he tired of your hoeing ways. You get the point? Don't be simple. Open your mouth with the law of kindness. Know when to speak and when not to speak. It will save you. It'll save your life, woman. It'll help you out. It will help you out so tremendously if you just shut your mouth and don't listen to that little demon in your head. It'll help you out. It will. Now you done shamed your man before the whole NBA. And listen, Karathia, Mago, you all know how men are. He walk in the locker room. What was brothers? Brothers gonna come and say, hey, here's a card. Here's a card for your ribber. Here's a card for your wife. You know what I mean? Tell your wife I said, you know, she's beautiful today. Brothers is going to give him talk, huh? All kind of talk. And now he had to come home to your dumb ass and watch TV with you. And you now you're gonna wonder why he gonna be interested in that young thing that's been chasing him. You get the point? You sabotage yourself. All right. Now let me get this last thing. Give me Esther chapter 1. Right? Esther chapter 1, which is the whole spirit behind all them damn talk shows.
Esther chapter 1.
Esther chapter 1, start at verse 4.
Verse 4. Esther chapter 1, verse 4. When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majestic many days, even 100 and fourscore days.
Where we at?
I got it, sir. I think it's probably in the Apocrypha.
No. Oh, you in the Apocrypha, Magawa?
No, sir.
Hold on.
I got it here, sir, for time's sake for him to read.
Yeah, hold on. Let me let Karath again. Let me see if you have it. Go ahead, out.
Esther 4:1. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai.
No. I don't want chapter 4. I want from chapter 1.
1 verse 4, yeah?
Yeah, he might have it. Go ahead.
It's Esther chapter 1, verse 4.
I believe that's where I want it from. Read verse 6.
Verse 6. Where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple to silver rings and pillars of marbles. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black and marble. Verse 7. And they gave them drink in the vase of gold.
All right, so let me bring you up to speed, right? You right where I want to be. I believe it's the next verse. This is a heathen king, right? This is a heathen king, Ahasuerus, right? I believe Ahasuerus, he was a Persian king, right? Persian and Mede Empire, which is Elam, right? The ancient Persian and Mede Empire is Elam, all right? Which is them East Indians, right? This king, he had a wife called Vashti, right? That's how we know Vashti in the Caribbean. You all might say it Vashti. All right, Vashti is a known East Indian name, right? So now this heathen, he was rich. He had a feast. He had a feast for all his whole kingdom. He had a feast for the men. His woman had a feast for the women, right? Skip me down to, so now what Magawa was reading all the time was how they decorated the place for the feast with the men.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now Magawa skip down to verse 8.
Verse 8. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure.
Right? Meaning what? He had this feast and there was no limit on the drinking. Open bar, drinks on me. None did compel. Meaning compel one meaning to tell you how much you could drink. You get the point? Like he had a huge feast. He was celebrated. Keep reading.
Also, Vashti the queen made a feast for the women.
For who?
For the women.
Mm-hmm.
In the royal house which belonged to King
Ahasuerus.
Right?
Vashti made a feast for the women. Only for the women. Right? We need to do something for the women. The red round table for, Jada Pinkett Smith, Oprah Winfrey, Wendy Williams show. We need to do something for the women. Women's night out. Girl trip. We need to do something for the women. Go ahead.
On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Bizath, Habana, Bigath, and Abagath, Zethar, and Kassars, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of the Ahasuerus the king.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. To bring Vashti to the queen before the king with crown royal, to show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
Right? So this king Ahasuerus, he sent his men to go get Vashti and make sure she was dressed in royal apparel and bring her because he wanted to show his woman off. You get the point? He wanted to show his broad off and make everybody look at her like she was so fantastic. He wanted to twirl her around in front of everybody, that's not an Israelite thing to do. You go out with your woman, you in public with your woman, but you don't make her a spectacle for everybody to gawk at. You get me? That's a heathen thing to do, right? But he wanted to do this because he think his woman is so bad, right? Go ahead.
But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger born in him.
All right. So what happened here?
King get mad.
The king get mad. Right? He sent for her, and then she did what?
She refused.
She refused. So now, describe to me what happened. If you could see it, if you could see a movie of what's happening, what happened?
It's like the king sent his men to go send for her. She's like, nah, I'm an independent woman. I ain't going.
Okay, you're missing something still, though. You're right, but you're missing something.
So like I said, so this woman's saying basically, this man's a king. So this man's like Stephen Curry. You know, he's a big man. He's like, you know, the big. He's telling his woman to listen to him. She's like, no, she's not. You know,
okay, before we even reach to Stephen Curry, there's some. Remember, she's having a feast for the women, right?
Come on.
So where is she?
So it's like she's on this round table thing with Jada Pinkett, the hair woman, the private hair woman, having a conversation.
She in a room full of broads talking broad bullshit.
God.
Right? She in a woman's night out, girls trip.
God.
So y'all getting technical with the shit now. Y'all have all kind of girls group on Facebook and secret apps and secret WhatsApp groups. Y'all in there talking y'all, you know, woman's bullshit. And your man come calling you. He sent his men, bang, 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 knock on the door. The king has summoned you, Queen Vashti. And she turned around with the, you know, the wine glass in her hand. Kya, 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 ha, ha, ha. Who he think I am, girls? Should I go? No. It's okay. She denied him publicly. You understand?
I don't want
in a room full of women, the king sent for her. Listen, the king wants you. Go get dressed. Put on your crown royal and come to be paraded. What does the king think I am? A piece of meat? He think he in charge? Who? No, she refused to come. You refuse the king. Keep reading.
Then the king said to his wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment.
Right? Which is a wise king. A wise king will always seek counsel from those who close around him. He's not going to think he knows everything. He went to his men who knew the times. And that was the manner of the king with wise men around him. Go ahead.
And the next unto him was Kashina, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Mersina, and Menacan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face and which sat the first in the kingdom.
Right? These men saw the king's face and they sat first in the kingdom. What does that mean?
They right-hand men, top men. They sit first in the kingdom, like just under him.
They his right-hand men, and just think like you know, rank and order. You get the point? Rank and order, who eats first? In any Passover, in any holy day, the men eat first from the top man on down. They is the men that sit first in the kingdom, along with the king. So they high-ranking men. So he went to them, and those were the 7 top men. Right? Go ahead.
What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to the law? Because she had not performed the commandment of the king Ayesha by the chamberlains.
Right? She done embarrassed him. She ain't performed the commandments of the king. I sent people down to her. She denied me in front of all them women. We had to do something about this. Now, this is his household now. He going to his brothers about, like, what should I do with this broad? Now, imagine what Steph Curry going through right now. He in the middle of a damn playoff, right? They playing some tough, some strong team. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure, you know.
I ain't even sure exactly, but I know they're playing somebody who might whoop their ass.
God.
Right? he playing somebody who they might be. Now he had what to do with this broad here. Right? Go ahead.
And Miriam can answer before the king and the princes.
No, understand this too. He asked, what shall we do lawfully? Like this king trying to be right with this broad here. Like remember, he's the king. He could have said, man, lock this bitch away in a tower somewhere. Go get her and put her outside the city. Take all her gold from her. She done. He could have said that, right?
God.
But he said, listen, what shall we do lawfully? Go ahead.
Vashti the queen has not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes.
Stop right there. Memucan answered him and said, listen, your woman, she didn't just wrong you. She did wrong to all of us. And he's about to explain it. Go ahead.
And to all the people that are in all the province of the king Ahasuerus.
Right? He said, listen, what she did violated the throne, violating the ranks and the nation. Go ahead.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
Say it one more time.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
Say it one more time just for good measure.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
What she did is going to spread to all women, to the women of the royal house and the common citizens of the whole nation. What she did, women are going to be influenced by it. And if our women hear that the queen refused you publicly, what they're going to do to me? I'm the king. You understand? Brother, that is every talk show. That is every song. That is if you like it, you should have put a ring on it. You understand? Beyonce had me wanting to damn sever women's hands, brother. They just walking around like this. Oh. I wanted to just get the cutlass and just be rid of it. Let me see you wave a stump. You twist a stump. Women, they're going to get influenced by what powerful women who are in a seat of power do. Because why? Now let's get to the psychology of it. Why?
It's like women are jealous of, like, women feel empowered by whores.
It's a little bit different. And it's something you have to understand, especially as a brother when dealing with a sister or sisters.
What's the question again, sir?
Okay, why is it that they are so easily influenced by another woman who is perceived to be in power? Now, this here is a queen. She was in a government position, but you have it amongst women totally, where there's always a leader of the pack. There's always one who they look up to. She seemed to have it going on, or she's the loudest, or she's this, she's that. You get the point?
Come on.
Why is it they're so easily influenced? I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake. And this is with no disrespect to the sisters, but from all love. Remember, the scripture says she is the weaker vessel, right? Women, even grown women, are much like children are. They're children, and you have to understand that. You have to understand that part of them. And that's how you're going to be able to manage them effectively. You have to, just like kids, whoever show up on the court with the newest toy, what do all the kids do?
They all surround him and they all look up to him.
All surround that person and want to do what he says to do. And all of a sudden, that kid with the new toy is running the court. All right, y'all. Everybody who is from 5th Street, go over there. And everybody who's from 6th, go over there. No, you can't play today because I'm not sharing. And they're in until who comes on the court? Until daddy shows up. What are you doing? Give me that. Go in the house. When it go back to your homes, to your own daddies. You get the point? You have to understand that. And once you understand that, you will start putting up a hedge around your woman. You'd start, giving her certain guidelines to follow, lest she gets swept away in the currents of the world that seeks to make your woman into a whore, and make her into a fool who will dishonor you. You get me? You have to understand that you're dealing with a grown person, but somebody who is still very childlike. Not child. I ain't trying to disrespect you, but understand that you have to manage her like you will manage your daughters. Like you will manage your little daughters. You have to correct her when it's time. You have to give her hugs. You have to give her kisses. You have to do that, because without that, brother, she will destroy herself, right? Oh, give me the Apocrypha also, where there's no hedge, the possession is spoiled. Give me that Karathia. Keep reading Magawa quickly, but we over the time.
So I missed it.
I think we stop at 16.
What was it again?
Esther 1 and 17. 1 and 16, 1 and 17.
Esther 1 and 17. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that shall despise her husband in their eyes. When it shall be reported, the king Ashura commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not.
This deed will come abroad unto all women, and all these women, they're going to start to hate their husbands the same way Vashti showed hatred to you. And what is woman saying now? What is woman going on about now? I need love in the DMs. I need brothers to like the pictures. That's why you're posting all the pictures for 100 likes, because you want the attention from everybody else and not your man. You get me? Now, don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with posting a picture. But if you posting it because you need likes that's not from your husband, then your motive is wrong. If you just posting the picture because you think you're looking fly and you want to show off your Hebrew attire or your hair, whatever, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you need to post it because the same reason she went on there and talked, then you know something's you're missing the point. You're missing the point of it. Go ahead.
So like you said, Instagram was saying that because everyone's crazy about likes, they're gonna stop doing likes as well.
You see, because that's a social experiment. That's a social experiment right there. They're gonna stop doing likes. So now, if that was the passive aggressive way to let the broad know you're interested, right? You go on your heart her picture, right?
Oh, okay.
Heart. So what is that forcing you to do now?
Jump her DMs now.
That's it. The whoredom will increase.
Oh, okay.
That's a social experiment they're doing. What they need to do is come into the truth if they're Israelites.
God.
The Israelites, they need to come into the truth, do 6 months, and wear a goddamn corsage.
Right.
You understand? Wear a white corsage. What they need to do is come into the truth, do your 6 months if you're a brother, and then learn how to prowl and how to walk around like the king of the jungle you are. And just step to her, brother, and have her faint at the sight of you. Have her faint at the sight of you. She just gonna see you and be like, "You are my husband," and collapse in your arms. You don't know nothing about that. They know nothing about that crap. They know nothing about that. They know the spiritual power these men in here possess. These brothers in here have women freaking the hell out. Just walk in the room and she panic. You get the point? They don't know nothing about that. Instagram, Facebook, and social media can't help you with that. But when these women in certain positions of power do something, it transcends to other women. And these other women will think it's okay to show hatred to their husband, which is what she did. You dig? Keep reading, Magawa.
Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of all the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much of contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment for him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ashur, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
You understand? Another that is better than she. You get the point? And this king decided he was going to divorce his woman. Divorce is unlawful. If that's what you choose, brother, that's what you choose. Just choose better next time. You understand? It's in the choosing. That's all it is. It's in the choosing. Give me the Apocryphal Karate. Give me Ecclesiasticus 36 and 21.
Ecclesiasticus 36 and 21. A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another.
Read it one more time.
A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another.
A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. What does that mean?
So like I said, like I've seen it before, like a woman will go with any man. Like there's brothers out there that are not good looking but got money, brothers that not good looking but got game.
Karate is like, these bros going with these ugly ass niggas. What the fuck?
Or brothers that even broke, sir.
Okay, let me help you out. Let me help you out. Before you offend half the nation, we trying to fish. A woman will choose whoever is there at the right time. Half of it is timing. It's just timing. You get the point?
Oh, God.
You catch her just after Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, if she a single mother, Christmas. You show up with the card and at the right time, she's gonna open her legs. It's timing. You get me?
Card.
He will go with any man. Whoever is there. That's who she's having. Whoever is there. But one daughter is better than another. Meaning what? What does that part mean?
Meaning, so like I said, meaning that a man can pick a woman and then even get a better woman, but like basically the man does the choosing.
If one daughter is better than another, you should choose the better daughter. You understand? You should choose the better one. If you like in anything, you want to choose the best one for you. One woman is better than another. Choose the better one. Don't choose a woman who will go in a social setting and embarrass you out. Don't choose that type of woman. Right? Like them insurance commercials. Don't be like Jim. Jim $12 on so and so. He like so and so. He's progressive. He's this, that, whatever. Don't choose the wrong one. You understand? And don't choose the one who, after you done give this bro 10 years of your life and your money and your children, goes and embarrass you and make you wonder, why did I even choose her? That's a rough place for a brother to be in with a woman. It's a rough place to be like here after she done embarrassed and you just sitting looking up at the damn ceiling like, what was I thinking when I chose this bro? You try to backtrack and see where the fault was. I can't help you with where the fault was. That's your woman now. Deal with it. But what I could tell you is, in the future, choose better. If Steph Curry was any truth, I would tell him, listen, this, one of them broads who, coming up and watching your games and know your stats, you might want to, and make an addition to the family. Because this one here, she need attention. Give her some attention. Give her all the attention. Make the newspapers print about her having to share her millions with somebody else. Give her all the attention in the goddamn world. Get 4 of them. Get 4 of them. Name them all Ayesha. Name them all Ayesha. And play the R&B song at the wedding. Ayesha, something, something, something. Get 4 of them. Give her all the attention you want to, but make sure you choose right. Skip up to verse 24.
Verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Right, say it again.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Say it again.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. You're his property.
God.
You go on that TV and you embarrass him like that, and this man owns you. This man is responsible for you. Go ahead.
A help like unto himself.
A help like unto himself. You're supposed to be a help to this brother and show how much you're helping him and be like-minded with him. Instead, you on there tearing him down. Go ahead. You have people coming out and printing articles and making statements like he ain't doing his job in the house. All because of your mouth. Go ahead.
And the pillar of rest.
And a pillar of rest. Brother, he ain't getting no rest right now.
God.
Everywhere he turn, he can't even, you know, sometimes you come home and you just browse on the social media for entertainment.
God.
You can't do that because everything is curry. All kind of memes, all kind of pictures, all kind of, statements. You can't even do that properly. Go ahead.
Verse 25, where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled.
Read it again.
Where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled.
Where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled. What does that mean?
So like hedge is like protection. So if you ain't protecting your household, it's gonna get robbed. You ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Then your woman would go on social media and embarrass you, or she ain't in line. Like she ain't got that dad around her, as you're saying.
Mm-hmm. A hedge is like protection, but in this case, a barrier or a boundary. You understand? Like, don't cross this line. You understand? Like the woman in the UPK have a extraordinary advantage over women in the world in that you have somebody to answer to, and sometimes you could take it for granted. Sometimes you don't even know that that's what saved you. But before the UPK, you was fighting, cooking out, doing whatever you want to do. Now you in here, you know what? You can't say certain things. You can't do what you would normally do. Why? My husband would kill me. My husband would, you know what he would say? My husband would lose it if I did that. If my husband turned on a video and see me cooking out at the store on somebody's face, my husband would lose it. I wouldn't hear it. Because you have somebody to answer to, your actions are tempered. Your actions are more controlled, and that's a good thing for you. That's good. She don't have to answer to him, so she could go say whatever the hell she want to say. You understand? She could go say whatever the hell she want to say. Right? Go ahead. Read it again from the top.
Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning.
What does that last part mean?
A man that don't have a wife ain't happy, or
make the connection. Make the connection.
Music.
Come on, Margo. I hear you. They probably had to lean forward a little bit out. I hear you.
If she don't respect the husband and the divorce, that's the end of the situation.
So, and now he's wondering about mourning. That's it. You see, the scripture go together. Remember, where there's no hedge, the possession is spoiled. So now, because she's spoiled, he doesn't have a wife.
Oh, come on.
And now, think about it. He lost his woman, so he is
mourning.
Heartbroken. He's saddened. You get the point? Saddened over it. Because why? The Christian church teach you that you can't tell her how to dress. You can't tell her what to say. You can't tell her what to do. God damn that, brother. You tell her what to do like she was your child, like she was your daughter.
Right.
And I tell brothers this all the time. It's the best way I could describe it because that's how I was taught. Your woman is essentially a grown child that you have sex with. You took her from her father, who was her father, and no matter how old she was always his what?
His baby.
His little baby girl. His little princess. She could be 7 foot tall and 35 years. That's daddy's little girl. Well, guess what? You show up to daddy, Now that's your little girl. That's
Right.
your princess. So you know what? Because you my princess, guess what? You're not gonna wear these jeans, you're gonna wear those. You're not gonna wear that dress, you're gonna wear this one.
Right.
You're not gonna hang out with those friends today. You're gonna hang out with these ones.
Right.
You get the point? Because this is a little princess that you got, that you have sex with. That's now is yours. You get the point? But now if you don't put that hedge around her, she'll be spoiled, and before long, you ain't gonna have no woman no more. Before long, she'll be with whoever is giving her attention, and you will wander up and down mourning. All of a sudden, he ain't gonna be able to shoot trees no more. he ain't gonna be able to even make a 2-point shot. He's just, whatever happened to Stephen Curry? We don't know. He just fell off. His stats was dropping. And what's the old Big Joe one? Who the brother? I forget his name. Skip. Well, Skip. What really happened with Steph Curry? Skip. They're gonna be trying to assess what happened when he just didn't have a hedge around his broad. Give me this last one. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10.
Okay, hold on. Skip up to 8. I had this whole thing highlighted. There was one time, that's all I used to speak on that. Salakia. Salakia. Give me 8 through boy. 8 through 11.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and 8. A drunken woman and a gather abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame.
Right? She's a drunken woman and a gather abroad. She always easily influenced, getting drunk, of course, wine drunk, and then drunk with you could get in her brain and get her, twisted up. And a gather abroad, meaning what? She always liked to go travel all over the goddamn place. Everywhere. Now, nothing wrong with going everywhere, but it's your motive for doing it. Your motive for doing it is because I need some space. I need time for myself. I just need time to be with the girls. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're going to not cover your own shame. Go ahead.
Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
And that's shalom. Her pride. Her pride. Like she's supposed to go on there so humble and sweet and reinforce what everybody thought about her. At one time, black people were saying there was the power couple in the NBA. They was posting up pictures. This is black people goals. I want to be like Steph and Ayesha. Somebody said that in a song. Cardi B on them. I want to have a marriage like Steph and Ayesha.
It was
not anymore. Not anymore. Shit. Listen. Cardi B had a problem with her husband. I ain't see her going looking for attention from other niggas. With all the whoring images she put out and how people say she loose. She told the news she went to Puerto Rico to meet the brother because she needed sex. They wasn't back together, but she needed sex, so she went to who?
Her husband.
Her husband, who she was beefing with. Y'all can say what y'all want about her. Her moral compass is far above your women in the world, I can tell you that. She had a legitimate, according to the world, reason to go have sex with another man. She didn't. She was still mad with the brother, but she paid for a trip for them to go to Puerto Rico so she could assume the position and catch hell. And that's what she did, Ak. She did. And then she came back and said, we still haven't worked things out, but I needed it. This broad here going on the TV and talking about, she ain't getting attention. Well, I could see it in your eyelids. How the song go? I can see it in your eyes. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in the haughty looks and eyelids.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly.
Read it again.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly.
Read it one more time.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. Meaning what? If you realize you have a daughter who is, she ain't too smart. She's easily influenced and she's liable to do some whole shit. Brother, you have to keep clamps on her. You have to keep a watch over her. You got to watch who she talk to, what she's saying, who she hanging out with. You have to keep her in straightly, like straight jacket. They have a straight jacket wrap you up where you can't do too much. That's the spirit you're going to have because if you let her go, it's going to tell you. Keep going.
Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Lest she abuse herself through much freedom. A woman shouldn't have a whole ton of freedom. A woman who is what? Shameless. Shameless. You realize she ain't, certain things she ain't shamed to do. You can't give her freedom because she gonna embarrass you. You're gonna give her the green light to go to, another city, and her behind is gonna be going viral. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Skip down to keep reading.
Verse 11. Watch over an imprudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee.
Watch over her with an impudent eye. You understand? And listen, don't be shocked when she disobeys you and, does something wrong. Because the world is telling her to do it 24/7. Which is why this thing with Ayesha Curry is not that shocking. You understand? Not for us. I don't expect nothing more from her. You interview some of these sisters in here, they sing praises of their husband.
Come on, God.
Their husbands are known in the gates by their works. You understand? No, we know Steph Curry as the man whose wife ain't getting enough. Which is shameful. Shameful. Skip me down to verse 13.
Verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
You understand? That's the type of woman we raise up in here. Women with discretion. The grace and discretion to make a man healthy and strong. Keep reading.
Verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Most High.
That is a gift, brother. That is a gift. And I know every brother in here could attest. Right? I know every brother in here could attest. A silent and loving woman is a gift from the Lord. Because listen, why is it a gift from the Lord? Because this is a woman whose price is far above rubies. You can't find her anywhere else. You're not going to find her. Imagine, this brother has more money than families put together. And his woman can't keep her mouth shut. When in here, these women do it for free. These women give honor for free. Ain't nobody paying them to honor brothers. Ain't nobody filling their bank account. But they do it because it's right. And that's why they have a husband. And that's why they get text messages in the morning and late night calls and pictures and, that's why they get attention. The right type of attention. You in the world trying to be a hoe, getting the wrong type. And now you're really getting attention because the world is laughing at you. Keep reading.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Brother, shalom. I can't say no more. There's nothing worth more than a woman who receives instruction. A mind that's well instructed. She's able to receive it, and guess what? She's received instruction so much. Guess what happens after a while?
She don't need to receive it no more.
You don't need to tell her what to do.
Come on, God.
You get up and just handle things. Even when problems come up, she already know what you're going to say in this situation, so she'll just handle it like that accordingly. You get the point? Because her mind is well instructed. What's the opposite of being well instructed?
Rebellious, sir.
Rebellious is a good word. There's another word for it. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to give you it for time's sake. Emotional. Which is what they say when they make a mistake. So why you curse that woman out like that? Why you try to put hands on her? I was angry. You have to understand. I was so angry. When a woman whose mind is well instructed, she's going to be that angry, and then she's going to do what? What's she going to do?
Go to her husband or...
Yes. She's going to call her man before she call the police.
Oh, God.
Before she goes to anybody, she's going to call her head, her king, her Lord, and receive instruction.
God.
You get the point?
God.
You're only going to find that right here in the Israelite school of UPK. I
Right.
said, you get in all black, put on your boots, put on your headband, your headscarf, and your t-shirt, and come and get some.
Right.
Get some. There ain't gonna be much left after we done finish here. I'm collecting. I know Karafi gonna open up the books again.
Come on, man.
You see, he coming to class looking fresh and fly. Magawa ain't far behind. I see y'all got the mountain out of London, Shamgar. I know when Shamgar make it 6 months, y'all dead. Y'all all dead. All y'all is Game of Thrones fans. I want a garment for Shamgar to make him look like the mountain walk in the room. Shamgar gonna come sit next to you, and broad she just gonna catch a stroke and fall out. Parasha gonna come on through there and just clean up. Come get some of these righteous sisters who, when a camera is in front of their face, will sing your praises and not bring you shame. With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Karafi.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. With the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West, York, under Commanding General Yohanna. Rule for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew Ma'ashera, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you like. Upcoming holy convocations is first fruits. All active, check the bulletin board in the hallway and check all I.S.U.P.K social media. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband or headscarf. And with that, I Mariam.
And we do the Our Father, all right?
Just look the most high person.
We just gonna do the Our Father.
Come on, counsel.
All right.
And the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shemayim. Kudash. Haya. Shumka. Yahweh. Balakavka. Laba'a. Batazaka. Ayesha. Ayesha. Ba'arataza. Hawa. Haya. Washamayim. Fananawa. Akam. Cow. Duam. Wasalakanawa. Kabawafnawa. Kasalakanawa. Kabawafinawa. Wala'a. Kabi'anawa. Wala Sayawan. Awal. Awshainawa. Mayan. Guy.
Right.
Laka. Amalakwa. Papa Allah.
Wow.
Papa Para. The I will love you. Amen.
In the English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
And with that, I'll give one credit salute to the teacher. Men of Israel.
Sir.
Sir. I Madam Shabbat. I Madam Barak. Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Brakatah.
Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Brakatah.
Ya Jamata. A class dismissed.
Okay.